Going back to May the 5th, you said before, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay, please. You said that you took Pam to work at Catfish Island. Okay, who went with you when you took her?
Amanda.
Okay. And when you dropped Pam off at work, where did you and Amanda go from there?
On our way to take Pam to work. Well, after I got home, if you remember, Pam told me that when I asked where Steve was at, she said he was riding his bicycle with Michael Moore. So on our way to take her to work, we went by the Moore's house to see if Stevie was there or Mike was there.
Mm-hmm.
Don was there. And she told us that, they're riding their bicycles. So, me and Pam decided to take Pam to work, and I'd go back, and I had Amanda with me. We'd go back and try to find them. And when we left Catfish Island, we went back by the Moore's house and just started going street to street in the neighborhood to see if we could find them.
And you said you went back. Did you talk to Mr. and Mrs. Moore?
No, I don't think Don or Dana was home at the time. Don was. And we did talk to her, other than asking whether Stevie or Mike here when I took Pam to work.
Okay.
And when I come back, I didn't see any change, no bicycles in the front yard, so we just drove around street to street in the neighborhood to see if we could see them.
You and
Amanda.
Okay. How long did you do that?
Probably 30 minutes. And I went maybe an hour. I don't know about the time exactly, but after we went back to see if we could find them in the neighborhood, me and Amanda, I took Amanda we both went home, and I said, come on, we'll go walk around the neighborhood and see if we can hear them behind them fences in somebody's yard, because I didn't know where George lived, which one of his little friends. But we was going to see if we could just hear them playing behind them fences, the privacy fences. So we did that for a while, and we didn't see them. We went back to our house, and we hadn't been there very long, and Dana pulled up and asked if Michael was at our house. And I told her, I said, no, but it's supposed to be at your house. She said, well, I just left my house, and they're not, and I'm looking for them. I said, well, we've been looking for them.
Did Miss Moore say if the boys had ever been to her house that afternoon? Or
she didn't, I don't think she said that, but I told her, I said they're supposed to be at your house, so we went by there on our way to work, take Pam to work, and then we come back by and see no bikes, and so we walked around, and then here we are, we're fixing to drive around some more. We was heading back to your house. And she said, well, I'm heading to my house, because Dawn was there. I said, we'll follow you over there.
Who is Dawn?
Dawn is their daughter.
Their daughter. How old was she at the time? Best guess.
6.
6 years old?
No, she was older than Steve. But she was 10, maybe 11.
Okay.
Just guessing.
What about Mr. Moore? Did you ever talk to him that afternoon or evening?
No. He was truck driving somewhere, working.
Okay. Okay, so after you talk to Ms. Moore, she comes by your house and tells you that she's looking for them, looking for the boys too. At this time, do you know anything about Christopher Byers?
No.
Okay. So what do you do after you talk to Ms. Moore?
She said she's going to her house. I said, well, I'm coming over there too. And cause we went over there, and Dawn was still there. And Dawn said she'd seen them go this way on their bicycles. So while we're standing there in the front yard talking, here comes a big bully looking dude walking across the street. And I look at him and I said, who's that? And of course it's Mark Byers. That's when I first met Mark Byers.
Okay.
And he looked like the Shaggy DA. Don't quote that. But he comes across the street and he said, have y'all seen Chris? And we said, no, but have you seen Mike and Stevie? No. I think right then is when we put together that they might have been together at that time.
Well, when Dawn Moore says that she saw him going up the street, did she say who else she saw?
No.
But she said they were on their bikes.
Because Dana said she'd asked her when she got there, you know, has Michael been home, has he called, something like that, and is Stevie with him, something like that. And, Mark come walking across the street saying, "Did y'all see Christopher?" And I think that right then is when we figured out they might have all three been together.
And you'd never met Mark Byers before that day?
No.
Okay. What happens, and you still have Amanda with you?
Correct.
Okay, what happens then?
I believe I drive around a little bit more looking for her, and then I go back to David and Bobby's house, and I drop Amanda off there, and I asked David, I said, "Would you go help me, you know, try to find these boys?" He said, "Come on, let's go," because he knew Stevie up in Blyville. He knew Pam's first husband, and he knew Pam most of her life, or all of her life. And so, working with him, seemed like a pretty good guy. He looks like ZZ Top. He had long hair and long beard. And so, he went with me. We drove around. He was with me probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, May the 6th.
When did you see Pam again?
When I picked her up from work.
Okay, you remember about what time that was?
It was right at 9 o'clock.
Okay, and when you went to pick her up, who all was with you?
Amanda.
Just Amanda? Okay.
Okay, I had picked her up. Yeah, because I had her with me. So I picked Pam up.
When you met Pam at her job, what was the first thing y'all talked about?
Pam, like every other night, come out of the building with 2 pieces of candy. One for me and one for Steve. She came out that night with 2 pieces of candy, and she asked, "Where's Stevie?" And I said, "Pam, we haven't been able to find him yet." And she says, "He's dead." And I said, "Pam, don't say that, because who would think that?" I was getting nervous a little bit before I picked Pam up, because it started getting dark. And when your kids is out there after dark, as a parent, you know, you get them things. The first thing Pam said was, "He's dead." And I said, "Don't say that. He is." I said, why might she say that? You know, I don't know why she said that, but she said that.
Do you know who was the first family or the first ones to call the police on this?
I know when we was at the Dana's house when I first met Mark, we said right then we was going to call the police. But I thought I called them before that. And I can't remember, but it seemed like I did. But I ain't going to sit here and say that. I'm just trying to think back.
Did you have a home phone at that time? Would you call from your home or
No, or payphone.
payphone?
Yeah.
Did you have a working home phone at that time?
Sure.
Did you? Okay.
I might have even called from there, because I don't remember that, but I remember when I was at the Moore's house and I met Mark, I remember telling Dana, because they both said they're going to call the police. I told one of us, I said, you know, tell them Stevie ain't here too. So I think I didn't make that call right then, but I mentioned that to Dana.
Okay, so